Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elin. Happy birthday to you.
Little harmony for you.
I can't anytime someone harmonises while I'm trying to sing, I'm like, ah! I can't do it. I forget
that
the
story you told me once about being in choir and them being like, who's not singing the harmony?
When they're being like to us, like, girls, as the older girls, I need you to listen out for who's just singing the melody an octave lower. Me and my friend were like, girls, that's terrible. Who's doing that? It was us. It's my birthday.
Hi, welcome back. It's my birthday.
Hi, welcome back to the Horny Book Club. I'm Alice.
I'm Elin.
And this week, it's Ellen's birthday. Woo! Happy birthday!
Everyone guess how old you think I am in the comments.
22 years old.
Oh.
She's a youthful sprite.
It's my birthday, so we're going to do the birthday episode.
What are we going to do next year if we're still doing the podcast? Do something different for the birthdays?
Don't say if.
When?
Say when.
When? I don't know. Leave us your suggestions for what you want us to do for our birthdays next year on the pod. You've got 9 months. 8 months.
Yeah.
Nearly have a baby in that amount of time. So.
And she is. Here it is, the pregnancy announcement. Imagine.
No babies.
That was a joke.
I haven't got the time. I haven't got the time to read, let alone have a baby.
Do you know what I mean?
It's your birthday, so we're going to do birthday questions again like we did for my birthday.
So it's going to be pretty much the same questions, but the surprise questions will be different, I assume. I'm excited. I feel like they're going to be good.
They're kind of similar to your surprise questions, but...
Because mine was so good.
Yeah, exactly. They were so good. Even though it's your birthday, please do the Instagram
thing.
Oh,
follow us on Instagram at the H Book Club. Follow us on TikTok, HBC Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube, HBC Podcast. Turn on the bell to be notified when we upload. Like all of our videos, watch all of our shorts, comment on everything. Thank you so much. You can send us emails, hornybookclub@gmail.com. We want everything you have to say, except if it's bad, only good things. And you can give us money on Ko-fi if you want. The link's in the description. Just think about it.
Just want to think about it.
Birthday present.
Yeah, birthday present.
And a
you get all the money.
Belated birthday present for Alice's birthday,
yeah,
which was 4 months ago.
So question 1, what is your favourite childhood memory involving books/reading?
Great
Or just
question.
like a book from your child that shaped your childhood.
I actually haven't written anything.
Great start.
Because I feel like, obviously I don't remember anything.
No, famously. This is going to be a great episode.
But I think I grew up being encouraged to read. My mum is obviously a huge reader. I feel like when I said earlier that she, in the last episode, that she only reads women's American fiction and
it's a bit of a dig.
and please, like I was digging her out. That is mostly what she reads, but also she has read like, every classic and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. She just, she's almost 70 years old.
She's a well-read lady.
Well, again, she wouldn't be happy with that. She's 66. And, she knows what she likes.
Yeah.
We always read. We always went to the library. My mum worked in the bookshop. And so when I was thinking about it, I was thinking about, when you would go to the library and they had the really big books.
Yeah.
What is the one... Is it called like the rainbow fish? The magic rainbow fish?
Yeah, the rainbow fish. Yeah, I think it's the magic rainbow fish.
Where it had, and on the front cover, some of the scales were like shiny, holographic shiny. That is a massive one for me. Obviously, like the Very Hungry Caterpillar. And because I think I remember this stuff more because I see them all the time at work now. Old Bear. We had a videotape of Old Bear, but it is based on a book. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
And there's like a little one that has red trousers.
Yeah.
And a bunny and a duck.
Oh, I do remember Old Bear. Oh,
Old Bear. We had that. And then we had all of the ones that were like, the Jill thingammy ones with the elephants, 10 Minutes to Bed. Classics. That's what I mostly remember is like picture books like that. My mum's really into Harry McClary, so we had a lot of Harry McClary.
Classic. That checks out.
Massively. Yeah. And then also when I was a bit older, I was really into books about guinea pigs.
That also checks out.
Massively.
And I mean that as an insult.
Really sad. I don't remember what they were. They were like, do you remember there used to be like series of books that were just about like...
Yeah, like the Dolphin Diaries.
Yeah. And they had ones
Animal
about...
Ark, yeah.
Yeah, they had ones about kittens and puppies.
I remember the guinea pig books.
And I had guinea pig books. And when I was a child, I was really, really into audiobooks on tape.
Classic.
Which tracks so much for what I am like now. Like when I think back, I'm like, yeah, crazy. Like I was just saying to Dan, I can't live without my noise cancelling headphones. It's the same thing. I had one of those...
little ones that you could carry around.
Like a tape deck that had the handle on it. It was yellow. And I remember it had tweeny stickers on it.
Nice.
And I used to listen to books on tape. I was massively into Jacqueline Wilson. Like, I read every Jacqueline Wilson I had. I always had the new, like, brand new Jacqueline Wilsons.
I have so many Jacqueline Wilson hardbacks, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, Sleepover, that was a big one for me. I loved that one.
Yeah.
What's the one? Candy Floss, the one where her dad's got the chip van. Massive.
Yeah. Oh.
And then obviously Dustbin Baby.
A classic. But she was a white girl with cornrows.
Yeah,
but...
not really. Dustbin Baby. What's the one with the mum?
The Illustrated Mum.
Illustrated Mum. And Diamond Girls.
Diamond Girls, bitch. I read it like 2 years ago and I was like, this is amazing.
It's so good. I remember vividly there's like a bit where like the stepdad buys her like a Mars bar.
Yeah.
That's burned into my memory for some reason. But yeah, I had them all on tape, and then I graduated to but what I was going to say about the guinea pig books, couldn't get the guinea pig books on tape, weren't big enough, so I used to record myself onto blank tapes reading the guinea pig books so I could listen to them back like audiobooks, which
that tracks now that you've
again,
got a podcast.
I'm like just based, and then I was just listening
so
to my own voice.
Funny.
Isn't that really funny? I would
the
sit
time it would take for you to read it out loud. Oh my god.
I would sit in like the upstairs spare bedroom, and it was like you had to press play and record at the same time, and then like lean into it and read this book.
The sound of the page turning.
And I remember I used to get really annoyed because it wasn't very good sound quality, because obviously I was just talking directly into the microphone of a bright yellow, just like
Tweeny's
tape deck.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's such a good story.
When they stopped doing them on tape and started doing them on CD, we had all the Harry Potters on CD, obviously Stephen Fry, and Series of Unfortunate Events I had as well.
We had the Series of Unfortunate Events CD.
Yeah.
Was a sleigh.
That was classic.
What's your favourite Jacqueline Wilson book?
It's probably Diamond Girls or the Worry website.
The Worry website's mine.
Yeah. Maybe the Worry website.
I fucking love the Worry website.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
It's
Clean Break, a classic. I remember the eggs on the front of Clean Break.
They're in eggs.
That's a great egg
one.
Cups, yeah.
Oh my god, okay, we don't have time to just Google Jacqueline Wilson, but yeah, I think Jacqueline Wilson, and I met her once at Hay when I was like 10, and that was very cool. Those are all gone though, I think, all my Jacqueline Wilsons. Some of them were signed. I think they're all gone, and I regret it so much.
I've asked my mum later. I met Jacqueline Wilson once too, and it was like the biggest day of my life.
Those are my overwhelming memories. Like, I don't think there's like one book that I could be like, that was the one.
You've got like specific reading memories around some certain books, yeah. I love the image of you reading the guinea pig book into a tape recorder. It's so funny.
Because I was like, I must have this on tape. Because I used to listen to them when I went to sleep. It's just the same as now. Yeah. It's the exact same as I am now. I'm the same person. I've never changed.
Just with better quality headphones.
Yeah. I didn't have headphones. It was just out loud for all the world to hear.
God. So then, I don't know if you ever had a reading break, but what book got you back into reading as an adult?
What I wrote for this, and actually this isn't when I was an adult, this is when I was a teenager, when I was like probably 15, 16, I used to just read the books that were in my parents' study. So I've put 1984.
You're like Matilda.
Yeah. My dad's Danny DeVito. 1984, possibly.
Yeah.
Read 1984 when I think I was like 14, and I remember being like, no one has ever read this book before. I'm the first person to read this book. But that is where the love of dystopia comes from, for sure. And I remember being like, this is crazy. And I used to read Bill Bryson books. Bill Bryson has an autobiography he wrote called The Life and Times of the Thunderbolt Kid. Yeah. And I vividly remember reading that in my parents' study. Just like, remember when you were like 14, 15 and you'd be like, I'm so bored.
Yeah.
I've never been this bored in my life.
Yeah.
Like, this day is never going to end. In my head, it's like really hot. I remember sitting there and reading this and being like, and probably like the first ever autobiography I ever read, because I was like 15, and being like, whoa, this is crazy. But I mean, in terms of reading as an adult, I didn't read when I was in uni.
No, neither did I.
No, because you don't.
No.
It's probably Oryx and Crake, because I read it for my course in third year, and I remember being like, fuck, this is good, isn't it?
Yeah,
and by third year, I was starting to come back round to the idea
you remembered
of reading.
that you could read and that you enjoyed it, yeah.
And then I was working sort of in my current job by the time like a year after I graduated, I was working in my current job, sort of. And then I started reading again. But yeah, possibly Oryx and Crake, because I can't remember anything else that I would have been reading. I know I read Eleanor Oliphant, because my mum read it, but that would have been 2017. So yeah, that's the year after I graduated. So that as well. But I mean, I was really like not reading at all. Like I think only since I started working at Waterstones, really, is when I was like really back into reading.
That's what got me back into reading.
But that was 2018.
The discount.
The
discount will get you back into reading. If anyone's ever in a really bad reading slump, just get a job at Waterstones.
Yeah, it's easy.
They'll let anyone in there. They let both of us in.
Look how that's worked out. Now we have a very successful podcast. Yeah, but actually that was only 2018.
Yeah.
So there was probably like 5 years where I didn't read. And it's crazy because I'm like, when I look back on how everyone on my course acted, lots of them either worked in bookshops in my university town or like would just read all the time and would be like blah blah, and I just never did.
No,
I
I
was
know.
just like, I have to read all of, and I sort of regret it, but at the same time I'm like, what can I do?
I think if I was reading loads at uni though, I reckon I probably would have tried to have been like reading smart books, you know.
Oh no, yeah, I
When
wouldn't have been reading romance
so when I
books.
did my final masters, my dissertation in my masters, and I picked books to do it on, one of them being The Hunger Games, because I was like, I need to act studious, but I want to read something fun.
I just want to have a nice time.
Yeah. I can't just do The Handmaid's Tale. I've got to get, you know, Divergent and Hunger Games in there. So I got to read them and was like, oh, this is fun. Because I think if I when I did read at uni, my 1 or 2 books a year, they were always relatively serious. I don't think I knew of the romance genre what it is now.
No,
at the time.
well,
I don't know.
It
It
didn't
didn't
exist in the
exist.
same way,
Yeah.
I don't think. That's how old we are.
Yeah.
The other thing I would say, you said Handmaid's Tale, Margaret Atwood.
Yeah,
2017,
my God.
2018, I went through a phase where I read almost every Margaret Atwood.
So did I.
Crazy. Alias Grace.
It's just such a good book.
Blind Assassin. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh my God. I forgot about that
Surfacing.
one.
Amazing. The Heart Goes Last. Not amazing.
I love The Heart Goes Last. Heart Goes Last is one of my favourites.
Lady Oracle. 1976 that was published.
Can't believe that.
To be 23 years old reading like Margaret Atwood for the first time is crazy because you're just like, wow, I'm really experiencing lots of things I've never experienced before, like themes and also just like the level of success that she has as a woman, you know.
And in the time when she was successful as well. I remember being like doing Handmaid's Tale at school and being like, this is a fluke. I don't know, like not actively, but like not being interested to read her other stuff because being like, there's no way that she can do this every time.
Yeah. And also, in my opinion, it's really not her best book.
No, I don't think so either.
It's just the one that has the most like themes for you to catch on to.
Yeah, oh, it's very fucking relevant.
Yeah. But actually, I think The Robber Bride is probably
Yeah.
my favourite Margaret Atwood, and it's just so...
Wow.
That would be my answer for that.
It's a great answer.
Thank you.
Now a difficult one for you. What is your favourite ever book?
I don't know. It could be... It's not My Dark Vanessa, but it is up there.
Yeah.
With the level of impact.
Yeah.
Same for Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. The Book Thief.
Yeah.
Again, I probably read that in 2012.
Such a good book.
Such a good book. It's hard not to have recency bias. Because the thing is, I'm
Yeah,
like,
of
I don't
course.
remember a lot of the books that I read between probably 2010 and 2020.
Yeah.
Probably any of those ones we just said by Margaret Atwood would be up there. Hamnet is probably up there. Hamnet is amazing. And also Instructions for a Heat Wave by Maggie O'Farrell.
I've not even heard of that
Oh,
one.
so good. Maybe Normal People.
I fucking love Normal People.
Purely for, you know, the place that I was in when I read
Yeah.
it, the impact that it had on me at the time. Like, would I be like, it's one of the best books I've ever read now? No, I don't think so. But like, for the memory of it and then the impact that it had going forward. And also Friends and Lovers. Is that what
Writers
it's called?
and Lovers.
Writers and Lovers.
Love that
I
book.
think about that all
I think about Writers
the
and
time.
Lovers so much. And you don't think about it as like a romance. I don't anyway.
No,
I think about
absolutely
it everything else I took away from it apart from who's she going to end up with.
Thinking about her and the geese.
Yeah.
That's what I think about. Those were and the Mercies. Yeah.
I fucking love The Mercies
Kira
so
Milne
much.
Hargrave.
That's such a good book.
Yeah, that's great. I was at one of the events that we did recently. The author, she name dropped Mercies as one of her inspirations, and I was like, The Mercies?
I love The Mercies.
I've read that book.
Oh my God, I forgot about The Mercies.
All the Light We Cannot See.
I was going to say, that was your number one a few years ago and you never talk about it anymore.
That's up there. Because I can't. The physical pain is too
I know.
The pain is too
It
much.
ruined you.
It's too much.
Can I do a part B to my question?
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't put them in the same caliber like I did. What's your favourite like romance or guilty pleasure-esque book?
For the vibes and the memories, it's Windy City. And also, oh my God, no, it's so hard. We just had this whole conversation about It Happened One Summer, about the level of nostalgia.
Yeah.
So probably It Happened One Summer, Red, White and Royal Blue for the memories.
Yeah.
But they're all because of basically both of us reading them and being like, Icebreaker. Like, I'm rereading Icebreaker right now, and I am like, oh my God.
Bitch.
All these. I've just got to the bit where he's just fingering the Uber. And I'm like, oh my God. The first time I read this, I was like,
Cruel Summer's playing.
the fact that the first time I read this, I actually hadn't heard that much about it. I saw it on TikTok like once. I bought it in the works. Went home,
£5, yeah.
Read it. You hadn't read it. No one had read it.
No.
And I was like, it's amazing. You read it. You were like, what
I
the
read it in a
fuck is
day.
going on?
Yeah.
Crazy. And like Danny Brown.
Yeah.
Again.
Honestly, when you think about those sorts of books, it is the memory and the vibes, and the idea of being like excited about it with someone else does like add to those vibes. I remember you coming and borrowing Red, White and Royal Blue during COVID, and I just handed it to you through my window, and it was like pouring with rain.
Yeah.
And it's like I think it's the first time you appear in my second of the day that I ever do, and you're just there like out the window in your raincoat, and
Classic.
having to be like, I know we're in lockdown, but listen, come and get a book through the window.
I know, me having to explain to my mum and dad where I was going.
So off the back of that, this is a new question. This isn't a question you asked.
Oh my God, exciting.
I would love for you to explain to me and to the listener, what is it that makes you give a book 5 stars? Because you famously have given, in 2023 and 2022, and you only started rating books 5 stars in 2022, you've only given 8 5 stars.
Yeah. So we're on 9 now.
We're on
total
9.
with Ministry of Time. What I would say is a lot of it is the vibe. A lot of it is how I feel when I'm reading it. But it has to be, it's basically like the perfect storm, the perfect combination of great writing style. If it's fiction, I'm relating to the characters, the characterization is excellent, the characters all feel 3D. Is it something that I personally am quite interested in? The thing is, I'm like, I don't have to relate to it.
No.
You know, it's not like a funny story, you know, I don't have to be like, I see myself in it. It's more just like,
Does it pique your interest?
Yeah,
almost?
basically, yeah. And can I not stop reading it? Can I not stop thinking about it? Do I put it down and be like, wow,
Yeah.
like that? I'm so impressed. Like, that's a fucking masterpiece, basically. Like, am I addicted to it? I mean, I think I'm getting like more lax with my 5 stars. If I look at all the things I've rated 5 stars,
Can I see if I can name as many of them as I can? Can I try?
Yeah.
So Book Lovers, Crying in H0rny,
Yeah.
Ministry of Time,
Yeah.
Queen of Nothing,
Crazy, by the way.
crazy, Monica Potts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's really going to annoy me of what the other one was in 2022. Because it was Book Lovers, Crying in H0rny, and
I read it in 2022, but you read it in 2023.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Chain Gang All Stars.
So one is one I read at the very end of last year. Do you remember I did 2 5 stars in a row?
Oh, Talking at Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slay. And
Very short.
Open Water.
Correct. So when I look at this...
Now you name all the books I've rated 5 stars. We haven't got the time.
When I look at this, I'm like, Queen of Nothing, that was quite
That's
crazy.
just vibes, though.
That was pure vibes, and I was so impressed by the way she basically, like, that's the 3rd Folk of the Air, so like the 3rd Cruel Prince book. I was so impressed by the way she moved through the story into the 3rd one. I think maybe if I hadn't read all 3 of them in a row,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have rated it 5 stars, but the way the story builds is so good.
It sounds so knobby of me, but like the kind of like way of it going from like crescendo, like the way it crescendos, the way it like kind of plummets, and then like the beginning of the 3rd one, you're like, what?
Yeah.
It's such a perfect finale, I think, but the way that you are brought up, down, left, right in the first half, say, really has then the payoff from the last.
Like, it could, obviously, it's hard to say because it could never be a standalone book because everything that happens in book 3 is based on what happened in book 1 and 2. But I think if you read that book by itself, you wouldn't think it was a 5 star. But because you're getting so much, you're right, the payoff from the slog that is The Cruel Prince, and the second one, you're just like, what the fuck's going on? That, like, that was vibes. Talking at Night, that's just vibes. That just made my heart hurt.
Yeah.
And that is kind of the same with Book Lovers and Open Water and Ministry of Time and Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Like,
you just can't.
You're just like, I just can't believe this. I found it really impressive. I think it's so well written. Like, I think I said this before, it's like normal people were better,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Fucking love talking at night.
And I just love that shit. I won't go through all of them because that's long. But yeah, that's a really good question. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
What is your reading personality?
Oh.
So are you a mood reader? TBR follower? Do you have specific times you don't like to read? And do you prefer recommendations or to make your own choices with books? I fear it's going to be a very similar answer to mine.
Yeah, it's the same. I just read what I feel like I have like same here, but I think mine is worse because at least yours are like nicely organized. Just stacks and stacks of books in my living room / kitchen, and what I do is I just sit on the sofa and I just like look at them all, and I just look over it, and then if I look at one and I'm like, yeah, then I just read that next.
Yeah.
Silly. Or I'm like, I'm really excited for this. I get stuff sent to me quite a lot. So, like, for example, just got Daydream sent to me. Came on Tuesday.
Happy days.
And I was reading it by Friday. I do get the book starting anxiety really badly. Which is stupid.
So do I, yeah.
But, like, sometimes I'm just like, not in the mood for that. I can't do that. I'm the same with, like, TV shows and films. And Sam finds it crazy. But I am so explicitly like, I'm not in the mood for that. And he's like, why? And I'm like, I can't explain it to you.
I'm exactly the same.
You've just said it and I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to.
Yeah.
I think you had a bit more like preference about like where and when you read.
Yeah.
I'm like wherever. If I'm really into something, I'll just read it all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'll walk around holding it, reading it.
Yeah.
Like a child. And I'll like take it out with me and like read 3 pages while something's happening or whatever. Yeah, I like to read on the sofa. I like reading in bed, but it is uncomfortable. Recommendations. I like recommendations from you.
And that's it.
Which is what we said, basically. Work is harder. The thing is, people recommend books to us all the time as a bookseller, but like, it's hard to trust people because people are crazy.
Yeah.
I don't take recommendations from the internet anymore because I've been burned too many times. And normally I trust my mum's recommendations, to be fair. I don't really, I think the whole TBR and the doing one thing from this and one thing from that, that's a very new thing. Not to sound like an old fucking woman, but I'm like, what were we all doing in 2015? We were all just picking up things and reading them, and that was that, basically. So
the only thing I like doing with TBRs is when like at the moment, I was really good for a while at not buying loads of books, and now I'm not reading. So I feel like to scratch the reading itch, I'm buying books.
Lovely.
So I am like putting my new books like out on display, so I remember what I've got.
Yeah, really good.
But I haven't put all of them there. Putting all of my unread books in one place, I'm like, that's too overwhelming.
Stressful.
So pick like 10 that I'm like, I know I want to read these. Put them in a space where I can see them, and then just like give myself a little bit more.
I think
direction.
When we move, I think like I will possibly do something like that. Might do a TBR cart. I do like that idea. I don't really like having the read and the unread mixed. It does give me a bit of a like, ugh. And at the moment we're really just not working with that much space, and therefore I'm just like, there's too many books for the level of space that we have. So it's all a bit of a free for all. Under our TV cabinet, all of the stuff under there is all unread, but it's all stuff that I have had
for years,
4 or 5 years.
That has not changed.
No, and I look at it and every day I'm like, but I'm also just like, I can't get rid of them.
I know, it's so hard.
I just can't get rid of stuff. I find it so difficult because I'm always like, one day I will want to read you. I have so many days in my life, but also they keep publishing books. That's the problem.
If they could just pause until I catch up with my unread TBR, my physical TBR, that would be great.
Legit.
Great answer.
Thank you.
What's a book you know you should read but never will?
What did I write? Did you say A Little Life? Because I've put A Little Life. Yeah. I mean, there's fucking loads of stuff. I haven't read loads of the classics, but I probably won't. I've never read Jane Eyre all the way through.
It's boring.
Jane Eyre's fucking boring,
Jane Eyre
man.
is boring.
Like, no one says it, but I feel like everyone's...
It really is. Like, some of the bleak ones, I'm like, this is really boring.
I've put Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Things like that, like slightly more modern classic things.
Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who I always get confused with the woman who wrote Mexican Gothic.
That
thriller. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know Gabriel. And I'm
like 100 Years of Solitude or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. And the only other one I thought, which is really rogue, is the Dolly Alderton, Everything I Know About Love. Everyone tells me it's good.
It is
good. But I'm like, I'm not going to fucking read it. And I don't know why.
I think there's nothing revolutionary in it for you.
And that's what I'm after.
I think
the revolution.
I know. No, I think you would just read it and be like, yeah. All right.
But that was another one that people were like, life changing. And I'm just like,
well, I think it was when it came out. I remember everyone reading it when I was at uni and finishing uni. It was one of the books I read at uni.
Yeah, it would have been about that time. Yeah.
And I was like, I remember at the time actually being like, oh my gosh, yeah, like this is such a great book about like the importance of female friendship and in particular like knowing yourself and knowing who truly has your back and getting to know yourself in your 20s and all of that, blah blah blah. So I think it's really great for people like at that age.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
But actually you've probably done everything now that's in the book. So you'd be like yeah.
Not sure.
You'd be like yeah, I do that now actually.
I'm 29.
Yeah. I think you've passed the window.
The other thing I think are ones that you have rated 5 stars that I've not read, like Pachinko, which is my, it's always my intention.
I know.
Betty. You
shouldn't read Betty.
Well, I've read like 100 pages of it and I'm like, I'm not going to finish it.
It's so good though, but I think it might really upset you.
Why did you stay? Oh. I was listening again to you talk about that in the wrap up and I was like, God, it sounds so fucking good. But I'm like, I know I shouldn't read it. And it's, and mostly classics.
Yeah.
I would say classics that I just feel like someone in my profession you probably should have read, but they're just ones where people talk of them about me and I just pretend I've read them. Maybe it's really bad. I pretend I've read stuff every day.
Like what? What's the last thing you pretend you read?
I can't remember. It's always classics though.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like
Jane Eyre.
I know the fucking plot of Jane Eyre. This is the thing is I'm like, I know the plot.
But you love Tess of the D'Urbervilles.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some classics that just slap, okay? But there's stories that transcend time.
Like, I don't think I've actually read Emma. And I haven't read, I'm looking up there, I haven't read Sense
and Sensibility fucking slaps. Sense and Sensibility's funny. But my thing with classic books is watch a film or a TV show of it first.
Yeah.
Because then even if the language is a bit like, what the fuck, the basics of what's going on. And then it's just kind of like add-ons. I've always loved Sense and Sensibility. It's one of my favourite films. And then read it for the first time like 4 or 5 years ago. During COVID, I read it for the first time, I think.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
And loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. And found it so funny. And Emma is really funny. Jane Austen is great. But yeah, I'm like, you're not better than me. Because you've read them all.
No.
And also I'm like, listen, I've read some of the big boys. Not wasting my time's the wrong way of saying it, but I was having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's like you read them and you're like, that's done. You're not like, it's not like when you finish a book where you're like, oh my gosh, like a masterpiece. Because it takes so much work. And some of them are masterpieces, but because they take so much
you're a bit like
work, you're a bit tired actually by the time you finish them.
The other ones that I wonder if I'll ever read are
Haunting
like
Adelaide.
Song of Achilles, Circe, The Silence of the Girls, like all those like OG myth retellings from maybe like 5 years ago. But I never read any of them and I'm like, will I? People tell me to read Song of Achilles all the time.
I don't know if you'll like it.
Do you not think?
No, I think Song of Achilles is one of those ones where like I loved it. I've read it twice. I loved it both times. But the second time I read it, I was like, oh, I do see some of the flaws that people talk about. But I still really, really loved it. But I think because it's so lyrical and it's such a like one-sided interpretation of Achilles. And then what pisses me off is then you read that and then I go and read Silence of the Girls or whatever, or a different one telling a similar story. Achilles is there and he's a completely different character and I'm like, guys,
what are we doing?
Where am I?
Yeah.
And then it pisses me off that I'm like, right, well, I know this is a retelling, but you're clearly taking so much artistic license because he's a different guy than what he was in the others. I think it might piss you off a bit. But then you loved it kind of gives me, I didn't finish all the Light We Cannot See, but in terms of writing, kind of similar.
Oh, right.
Great answer.
Thank you.
What is the most underrated book you've ever read?
What I've written is The Idiot by Elif Batuman.
That's such a good answer.
Banger. I reread it maybe last year.
That's such a good answer.
First time I read that was 2018.
Yeah.
I was living in Brighton. I was thoroughly depressed. I borrowed it from the library. I remember like sitting under a tree one time.
Deep.
If you don't know me, at that point in my life, I was very alone, very lonely, very sad. And reading it and being like, this is so fucking good. Not because I was like, oh, I'm really relating, but because I was like, oh, wow, reading is like an escape.
Yeah.
But actually, yeah, like I reread it and I was like, yeah, this book is fucking great. It's so like dryly funny. Yeah. So interesting. All the like philosophy is so interesting. And like really like too smart for me. Like for sure. Like there are some bits where I'm just like, what? But I just, and like it's such a weird style. Like it's not a book I recommend to that many people. Like I wouldn't like recommend it to like my mum, for example. Sorry, mum. She
Taking
catches
her out.
so much
Take
heat.
her out.
But you know, because I know she would be like, I don't understand why they were acting like that. I don't understand why they were talking like that. I don't understand all these things she did. Like she's randomly just in this other country for a bit and like all this shit. But I just love it. I can't think of another one that I would say is underrated. I mean, underrated by you, Chinga All Stars.
One day.
Ministry of Time.
Oh my God.
We're going to fucking break up over this. I can't deal with it. I feel like maybe Writers and Lovers is quite underrated
I
as well,
think Writers
actually.
and Lovers is really underrated.
Didn't get the hype that
No.
it should deserved. So yeah, maybe that as well. Great
I would
choice.
agree there. Have you got a biggest book ick?
No pronouns in sentences. So the thing we always say.
Instead of I'm going to do this, doing this.
Yeah. Going to blah blah.
Gonna fuck you so hard, yeah.
Need this.
Yeah.
Instead of I need this.
You fucking hate that.
I do hate that. So it's probably that.
Yeah.
I've also put bad writing.
A universal ick.
I think possibly I am more concerned about writing style than some other people are. Like I'm more concerned about writing style than you are, I think. Not because I'm like, you'll fucking read anything, but because I feel like you can like really enjoy a book because of the vibes or because of the characters or whatever. Whereas, and still be like, yeah, I didn't think it was that well written, but it doesn't bother me that much. Whereas for me, I'm like, if it's badly written, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not connecting to anything on any level because I'm just like, ugh.
That's fair. That's a good answer.
Thank you.
Okay. Got some fun ones for you. I've got some fuck, marry, kills for you.
Oh my God, stressed.
Okay, so fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
Jamie from Outlander.
Slow.
Xaden from Fourth Wing.
Slow.
And Commander Graham Gore from the Ministry of Time.
Actually, how dare you do this to me?
I know.
That's so hard.
Any obvious ones? Do you know who you're killing? Do you know who you're marrying? No.
No.
We may be here for a while, guys, so, go and put the kettle on.
I think it's marry Commander Graham Gore.
Yeah.
Fuck Xaden. Jamie's dead.
You're killing Jamie.
I just, you know what?
But you love Jamie.
I did love Jamie, but we don't know that he wouldn't try and hit me.
Yeah, that's true.
And ultimately, of the 3 books,
He's the most likely to hit you.
that's a great point. And of the, the impact that they had on my life.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I'm like, I don't really think I need to be marrying Xaden. Because I would, I'm not Violet. I would be like, where's Violet? Do you know what I mean? They're getting married. True.
I'd be like, I won't tell Violet when we fuck Xaden. It's
Yeah,
fine.
don't. That's a great one, though. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. So, fuck, marry, kill. Ryan Shea. King Ryan. Literal King Carden. And another king, Nate Hawkins.
Oh my God, no!
And you're reading Icebreaker again at the moment.
That's so hard because I'm like, I'm reading Icebreaker. I'm in peak Nate Hawkins. Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, you are.
if I wasn't rereading it, I think I wouldn't remember. I think he might be dead.
But
like,
he might be dead.
he might be dead. But like, he's great.
Yeah.
Like, so nice to her.
And really good at sex.
Really good at sex. Really good at fingering and head, and really just like a handsome boy. And he's in charge of all the friends. Oh fuck. Okay. Where I am right now, I'm marrying Carden.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Nate. Ryan Shea.
Rest in peace, Ryan Shea.
If I wasn't
Devastating.
reading Icebreaker, though, probably
the
Ryan.
other way around, yeah.
But I can't not marry Carden.
No.
I want to be the queen.
Yeah.
I just do.
You give off like queen energy, I think.
Thank you.
I could see you in like as a queen of a fantasy novel.
That's a really nice thing.
And like, when they're like really in love with their king. And everyone's like, oh, we get it. The king and queen are so fucking in love.
Boring.
And I'm the fun best friend.
You're the jester.
I'm the jester. I was going to go more for I'm like maid, the chicken maid from Robin Hood. I resonate so deeply with that character. Help is on the way. That's Mrs. Doubtfire. That's
You're the chicken maid.
I'm the chicken maid when she's playing badminton.
You're the does that mean I'm the fox?
You're Maid Marian.
That's really nice of
Yeah.
you to say. Thank you.
Yeah.
A great birthday present.
Also because the chicken's got massive tits.
chicken maid.
The chicken maid's got big old boobs.
Who does the chicken maid end up with?
I don't think anyone. I'm like, Friar Tuck? No, that's
what I'm saying, because isn't Friar Tuck the bear?
No. Oh, no. She ends up with Lil John, who's the bear.
So that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So Sam is Robin Hood and Dan's the bear.
That doesn't check out.
But I'm like,
Weirdly, that's the other way around in my head. But hello, swinging. I'm fine with being the chicken maid. I'm the best.
You saying chicken maid has like changed my life. I'm the chicken maid.
I'm the chicken maid. Well, you said I'd be the jester. I was going to be like, no, I'm like the dumb best friend of the really smart queen. If we're in a fantasy novel, we are peak black cat golden retriever energy, I reckon. Where you're really like, everyone in the kingdom's like afraid of you. And like, you're only nice to me. I'm the only person in the whole kingdom that you're nice to. You're chicken maid. But I'm like, you're in like an all black gown and a crown, obviously. I'm picturing you with dead straight hair, me with wavy hair.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like in a red dress where my boobs are like pressed to me and up. But like Henry VIII's time dress.
Right.
I reckon. Flowy sleeves. And people try to get to you through me because I'm dumb. Is what I imagine.
You're secret smart.
I'm secret smart,
pretend
but
to be
everyone
dumb, but
thinks I'm dumb.
Smart. Yeah.
And then I get all the secrets that come to you and I'm like, oh my god, you know, guess what?
And I'm like,
this guy's plotting to kill you.
crazy.
And like, oh fuck, I guess I got my husband on it. Carden.
Okay.
Anyway, that was a bit of a detour.
Yeah, sorry, everyone.
My final fuck, marry, kill.
Oh my god, okay.
It's a podcast edition, if you will. Connor the cellist, King Benedict, or Ezra the Shark Man.
That's so good. Okay.
This is from our Spin the Wheel episode, if you've not listened to it yet.
Connor the cellist.
Yeah.
King Benedict.
Yeah. And Ezra the scuba diver, who's hanging out with Graham the shark.
Okay, I'm going to marry Connor.
Yeah.
Fuck Benedict. Kill Ezra.
Correct answer. That's exactly what I would do.
I'm like, I couldn't be married to someone who was too involved with the sea. I'd be too scared.
Yeah, famously.
The fear. Also, he did some like weird stuff with the bones on the island, which
we're not sure about, yeah. But again, we just skirt over that.
Kim Benedict, I feel like I don't unfortunately want to get married to someone who already has a child. That's just not for me. But he does seem like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, famously.
And Connor the cellist, slay.
Yeah, fit and nice.
Fit and nice.
Good in bed.
Yeah.
We love Connor the cellist in this house.
We love Connor the cellist.
Okay, quick fire questions.
Oh my god, okay.
Which fictional boyfriend
Yeah.
would you most like to be trapped in an elevator with?
Oh, my immediate thought is Raph from Danny Brown, because he saves her from an elevator.
That's Zaf.
Zaf, not Raph, sorry, Zaf.
He does. I forgot about that.
But probably actually Nate Hawkins, I feel like he would make it fun.
Yeah, I think I was like Nate Hawkins would make it fun.
Yeah, because I'd be scared.
Yeah, I'd be so scared.
I'd be scared.
I'd be so scared.
So scared.
Which fictional boyfriend would you most like to go on that horrible 9-month cruise with? The cruise that everyone's talking about now, where you're on a cruise for like 9 months with the same people, you don't get off and you just not. Where have you been?
I've not really been on the internet.
This has been going on for about 3 or 4 months. Okay, go and be on a cruise with 365 days a year. You're with them for 365 days a year on a cruise.
So hard. No, I'm not Ryan Shea because he's not fun enough.
He's not fun enough.
Maybe the one I've just read, but now I can't remember his name.
Oh, from Not in Love.
Oh no, because he would like his. I feel like his sexual proclivities would get boring because you'd just be like, oh my god, stop. No. What's it called? Consider Me. He's really fun. What's he called? Carter Beckett from Consider Me.
Carter Beckett, what a name.
You'd have to read it, but like
I'm going to read it when I get
in the second one, everything he does is hilarious. You know when they become a minor character and they sort of reduce their personality down to like one character trait?
Yeah.
And no, you're just like, you're fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Which fictional boyfriend would you most like to have a workplace romance with? So this means as well that you have to work with them first. So you have to not want to kill them at the office.
Ooh, what about what's his name? Miles from Funny Story.
That's a really good answer.
Thank you.
Which fictional man would you let ghost you but then booty call you at 2 a.m?
Who would I let ghost me but then
you would go to their house for a booty call?
Carden. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Theo Silva. Premium baby daddy.
Premium. Stupidest thing I've ever said.
Best thing you've ever said.
I'm like, who would ghost you? This is the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think he would ghost if he was my premium baby daddy. Whereas I think Carden would be like, fuck you, and then be like, well.
Yeah, Carden would be a prick about it. See, when I answered that question, I was thinking like fuckboy vibes. But Carden would be more like, he'd just be like.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, he is a fuckboy of type, of a certain type.
Fuck king.
Fuck King.
So fuck Prince.
Fuck Prince.
Ew.
Fuck Prince is crazy.
You would do anything for Carden, so
Let's be honest with ourselves. Or Xaden.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, I feel like we always get too deep into the lore of Fourth Wing, but I'm like, I feel like he would have a great reason for ghosting.
Yeah.
He's off on the dragon. He can't text me. He's
No.
lost his phone. It fell off the dragon. It's in the Badlands. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
Scale is like, we cannot go back for the phone
yeah,
again.
exactly.
Get a better phone pouch
Yeah, exactly.
on your leather.
Exactly. He has one of those like in gym leggings. Ick.
Or like on his arm, on his bicep, and it's clear and it's all sweaty. And the scale is like, I'm not going back for that phone.
Yeah.
He's put it on upside down. It's fallen out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So maybe Carden.
Finally, a different one, because we always talk about the boys on this podcast.
Mm.
Imagine the scene. Imagine the situation. It's your birthday. We're going for brunch. What 3 fictional besties, bestie girl, bestie girly pops, are you inviting to come with us?
Piper Bellinger.
Yes, correct answer.
Danny Brown.
Slay.
And I wouldn't have said this before reading Daydream, but now that I've read Daydream, Aurora from Wildfire.
Really?
Yes. Because in Daydream, she basically becomes besties with Hallie, and it's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, slay.
So those are my choices. Honourable mention to, oh my God, what's her name? The sister from Red, White, and Royal Blue.
June. Oh, miss her.
Love you, miss you, June.
The only one I'm like is I would invite Willa from Chestnut Springs.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about everyone from Chestnut Springs.
Willa or Winter.
Both.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, all the girls from Chestnut Springs.
I love the girlies from Chestnut Springs.
Yeah.
Prefer them to the boys, I think. If I had to have my birthday with either the girls or the boys from Chestnut Springs, I'm picking the girls every time. I don't want Cade to shout at me.
Don't shout at me, Kate, it's my birthday. And again, I can't remember her name from Caught Up.
Miller. My girl Mills. I fucking love Miller. That's a fucking brunch. I know we went way over 3, but imagine that. All the Chestnut Spring girls. Piper Bellinger. Danny Brown. Miller.
They're all like, and Aurora from Wildfire.
That's a great answer.
Thank you.
Well done. I have to ask this because in my birthday episode, you made a point and I said to myself mentally, I'm going to bring that up.
Yeah.
You said, I cannot choose between Carden and Xaden. I want you to choose.
And am I like sort of in a nether zone where I'm going to either world?
Yeah.
And if I marry either of them, I'm in that world. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
but okay, but we haven't.
I'm
we
like,
haven't
do I know what I
finished-
know about Xaden from the end of Iron Flame?
But imagine in your head the end of the Imperium series. So he's fine, okay? You're not going into like Onyx Storm or whatever the third one's called.
Yep, Onyx Storm.
Everything's been resolved. Imagine everything's gone exactly how you want it. Because that's an unfair advantage to Carden because everything's wrapped up quite nicely.
That's a great point.
So imagine everything with Xaden is also wrapped up quite nicely. You're just like getting to do whatever Xaden's doing. Is he the king of wherever he is again? But you don't have to go in and deal with the stresses. Because otherwise, if you're doing that, I'm saying you have to go in and deal with Carden as the big snake.
Oh, I can't do that. I'm terrified of snakes. I think I'm thinking about the world too much. But it's a factor.
It is a factor.
Like, I'm like, do I want to be in the world of like weird, creepy fairies?
I do.
Or do I want to be in the world of like
Telepathic dragons.
So hard. I think I'm going with Xaden.
Fuck off. I really didn't.
I know. Because it's basically contrary to everything I've ever said.
Yeah.
But I just think he is more grown up, more mature.
But see, that's why I would go for Carden, is because I don't think Xaden is able to have a silly, goofy time. Xaden's either serious boy or, hey, baby, let's shag. There's no... Whereas Carden, you have a giggle with too.
It's basically the impossible question.
Which is what you said last time. But you've said Xaden now.
I've said Xaden, but I reserve the right to change my mind, as is a woman's right.
And it is a woman's right to change her mind.
That's my prerogative.
Great answers. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay. A little fun one. What is your favourite episode of the podcast so far?
I've written either window shopping.
A classic.
Which I think I said last time, didn't I? Because of the memories.
Yeah.
The memory of recording it. Hilarious. Or 2023 wrap-up part 1, where the bit where we talk about Outlander and Binding 13.
Yep. It's classic.
It's just the funniest half an hour of podcasting.
Good.
It's so funny. Everything you say is hilarious. I'm talking about how she's fighting a wolf.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good.
It is really good.
And also Spin the Wheel.
Spin the Wheel is a modern classic.
I've listened to it like 4 times
I love
in the last
it.
2 weeks, and every time I'm just like, it's so good.
It's so funny.
So funny.
I'm a big fan of that.
I mean, I like them all, but I do think the Punk 57.
The Punk 57 one's fucking funny. Punk 57 is funny, and I remember being here and both of us just absolutely crying.
There's a bit during the Punk 57, do you remember I'm like stood up?
Yeah. And I'm like, why are you standing
And
up?
I'm like, I'm stood. The bit where we're talking about how she's got her swimming costume on.
Yeah.
The rash vest bit.
Everything
so
about rash
funny.
guards is so
Yeah,
funny.
so funny.
And
And
the windows so tinted it's nearly illegal.
and Wreck the Halls. And actually a lot of people have said to me they think the Fangirl Down one is really funny. All the different sex scenes in Fangirl Down where we're talking about her, and we quote this all the time, she's like falling off the golf cart onto the grass.
That's a classic.
And she falls off the golf cart onto
Jumps
his
onto
penis.
his dick. So basically all of the episodes we've ever done.
All of the episodes.
And then finally, anything on your immediate TBR?
Just for the summer, and also the 7-year slip.
Yeah, slay.
And then I guess for like serious books, I'm going to read the new Sally Rooney.
Yeah.
I've got a advanced copy of the new Sally Rooney, everyone, because I'm famous.
I'm excited.
So we shall see what that is like. I just don't know. And then Play Along.
Bitch, I can't fucking wait for Play Along.
I can't wait. It better be good, man.
I'm scared.
Yeah, me too.
Because what if we just love them because we read them all in such quick succession? What if it's like hopeless all over again? It won't be. It won't be. I trust Liz. Maybe I'll just sack off all of my plans as well and just do romances.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it.
If you are going to do the Kindle,
I'm going to have to read Play Along.
I'm like, just fuck it off. What's it called? Whatever it's called.
Kindle Unlimited.
No. What's that one called that I was just talking about?
Consider Me.
Stupid title. Play With Me, number 2. I actually rated Play With Me 3.5. There were a couple of times where I almost cried reading Play With Me. And you've got to read Daydream. I reckon just start Daydream.
I'm going to start Daydream right now.
You're going to like it.
I believe it.
The stuff with Henry.
I love Henry.
His character is so well developed, like the autism stuff.
I'm excited.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much.
Follow
us on everything.
Appreciate you all.
Yeah, that I do appreciate you all too.
I'm having a nice birthday. I assume. It's up to you.
The pressure.
We're going for lunch.
Was that the end of the podcast?
We're going for lunch.
Follow us on things.
Yeah, send us emails, send us money if you want.
Send us money if you want. And happy birthday. Love you.
Love you.
30 next year.
Fuck off.